Hey, I'm excited to see your beautiful faces. This is going to be a talk about problems present a path. Nah. Doing that wrong. I'm doing that all wrong. Let's do it right. And this is a problem. Problems present a path to possibilities. I wanted you to see how a person could mess up and still be extremely focused on what it is because you never really mess up. And I want you to understand that problems are a great thing. So before we get started, I want you to let you know that this channel in space is all about empowering leaders to lean into their discomfort and to find or to use conflict as their superpower to inclusive leadership so that you can achieve short-term and long-term results. But before we get started, because this is all about unmask your true potential. And I don't want to act like you all are not doing great things now, but you always got to be better than your best and never rest on your last success. So it's all about trying to make sure that we are maximizing our day and getting the most out of it. But before we get started, I got to do what I do and say to you all, and I want you to smile back at me. Today is a glorious day. And for 86,400 seconds, I will give my excellence and my best until I'm laid to rest. I'm abundantly blessed and never stressed. Be better than your best and never, ever rest on your last success. Check your life. Be limitless. Yes. All right. So I want us to really think about this title. Problems present a path to possibilities. Yes, your problems. What problems am I talking about? Normally, we have problems in relationships. We have problems in the relationship, our personal lives, our professional lives. We also have problems in our health and a lot of problems in our wealth. But what if I told you all of these problems could be solved with having a paradigm shift in your mind? Some of you say, come on, James, you can't tell me I could just change my mind and my life would change. Yes, I can. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. But I want us to think about what are some ways that problems have stopped us. Have you ever got mad at a partner and you stopped talking to them for days? You go in the house, you're like, man, I hope they ain't here. And then you open the garage and you're like, dang, the car's here. And you got to go in and you upset. You giving that ice cold grill, won't even look at them. But they still giving you a tea, still making your meals. Thank you. But you don't even want to talk to them. And it's cold. And I know some of you may say this funny, but what if your partner died right there? And that was it. That was the last experience you had with them. And I'm talking to people that love their people and they want to try to build these relationships. I know some of you like, I don't care if they die right there. You should care. Even if you are not building a relationship with them, you should care. It's very, very important to care about other people. Because the way to love people that you even disassociate with still is a way to love them unconditionally. And I got some people in my life that I love unconditionally, but trust me, they no longer rock with me or they no longer part of this circle. So I want us to think about it. I want us to think about problems that we have with our kids. Sometimes we so mad at our kids, we don't even tell them we love them when we get out of the car. And I know some of you may say, I never did it. Well, I have. I have been somebody that stopped talking to my wife. I have been somebody that got upset with my brother. I have been somebody that got upset with my mom, my dad. I have. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm better than you because I'm not. Even though I'm on the path to really trying to check my life and be limitless, hey, I ain't got it all figured out, but I am on that path and I'm getting closer every day. So that's what this is about. But also let's think about our health. I haven't always been the most fit, but I am somebody that really take my health very, very seriously. And anybody that truly know me know I used to love me some sweets. I think I said on the podcast before, I used to go to sleep thinking about what I'm going to eat in the morning. Like I used to leave my job and I would be like, all right, am I going to go on the main highway or am I going to go on Kingston Pike? And if I go on Kingston Pike, they're going to have nothing but cakes. I know I can go in there and sample the product. What do I do? What do I do? And I literally would be in my car just thinking, James, well, if you know you go, you're probably going to buy some. And I'm like, man, let me just go buy. I got to be strong. And I drive by and I go eat that red velvet, that lemon. Oh, all of it. And now I'm to the point where I don't even eat sweets. It's been over a year. So I want you to think about how do we turn problems into possibilities? Possibilities. When I'm talking about possibilities, how do we create opportunities of growth from problems. See, some of you may say, I don't like conflict. I actually end up falling in love with conflict. I don't think conflict is a bad thing. I actually think it's a very, very great thing. Because I think you end up learning a lot more from conflict than you learn from just situations that go smoothly. Because sometimes you got situations that go smoothly and you think y'all all got to figure it out. And then when it hit a head, y'all get into an argument or whatever, you can't even stand that person. You don't even want to be near him. That's a problem. But the bigger problem is if you don't know how to overcome that and turn it into something of greatness. So the first thing, I'm going to give you 4 points of this. You got to have a vision. Remember, Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, my people perish. Some of you all are just going through life aimlessly, not knowing what it is that you do. And I want you to just imagine getting in your car and your kid's like, Mom, Dad, where are we going? And we just driving. But where are we going? We've been driving for 5 hours. I don't know. Does that even sound right? If you wouldn't do that with a car that is something external, why do you do that with your mind or your life? This is the thing we have control of. So you got to have a vision. And I want you to think the vision in a lot of people's minds is the ability to think or plan the future with an imagination or wisdom. Your imagination and wisdom got to be so strong that it literally drives you. So having a vision will help you improve your money. I know a lot of you care about money. It will help you improve your relationships and will help you improve your body. So I want us to think about vision. The number 2, understand your values. Understand your values. Like, what makes you? What is your personality? Are you doing things that don't align with your personality? For me, there are 3 values that really drive me. Be unconditional love, be joy, be peace. How does that work? Let's say somebody, cuss you out, James, to do this or do that. You got to find a way to try to say, look, I understand where this person is coming from, does not align with who I am. But if I act outside of that, is that allowing me to respect my 3 values? To be unconditional love, to be joy, to be peace. That's what I care about. And I have had some very, very challenging situations over the last year. And I can honestly say it has turned my problems into possibilities of, these are things now that I use when I go and talk to executive leaders. About to lean into that discomfort, to use conflict as your superpower, to inclusive leadership. How can I include everybody that don't believe the way I believe, that don't care about the things I care about? So I want you to just think about it. Number 3, begin the pursuit to progress. And the only way to do that is to create discipline in your life. When I'm talking about discipline, I'm talking about healthy habits, mind, body, and spirit. What are you doing to take care of yourself? Are you really putting yourself first, or are you putting others before you? I think that you got to be very, very mindful of how you treat your body. Because when you really, really love your body, you're not willing to just put anything in your body. I could care less about getting drunk because, I love being conscious. I don't like the feeling of being unconscious. And this is me. This is not against nobody else. You got to be true to who you are. And I know when I drink to get drunk or to get a strong buzz. I don't drink because I enjoy the taste. I don't enjoy it. So why would I engage in something that I don't truly enjoy? But I do enjoy eating clean and seeing my body change and things of that nature. So if I'm going to make smart decisions with my body, I also want to make smart decisions with my mind. What am I putting in my mind? Am I putting in things that poison my mind? If I'm listening all day, these hoes ain't loyal, is that going to affect me? If I'm listening to some of these songs that I listen to that's kind of thugged out, is that going to affect me? I think we got to be very, very careful about what it is that we put in our mind, what we watch, who we interact with, what we listen to. So my discipline is I'm trying to listen to books. I'm trying to listen to podcasts that's going to educate me or help me grow as an individual. Another discipline is I tell myself I want to change one thing just for today, one thing. And you can do anything for one day. I said before I stopped biting my fingernails after 40-some years of living. And I told myself I could do anything for one day, so I'm just not going to bite my nails today. So you got vision, you got understand your values, begin the pursuit to progress. The 4th one, is live it, love it, breathe it. And what am I saying when I say live it, love it, breathe it? I'm saying excellence. Excellence in everything it is that you do. Be better than your best. If you was great yesterday, be better today. If you was great 1 second ago, be better in this second. Be better than your best. Miss Cheryl McCoy, I used to play ball with her son. She used to say, baby, anything you do, you need to be great at it. Be excellent. Sign your name of excellence. Because everything you do, you're signing your name to it. So are you signing your name to greatness? Or are you just doing enough just to be able to say you showed up and you was here? Be better than your best. Live it, love it, breathe it is also know thyself. Know thyself. Know thy enemy, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. And realize sometimes you got to do things that you don't necessarily may not think is right, or you may do things that people say are wrong, but those wrong things may show you who you're not to lead you who you are. And you can learn that from watching people that you say, hey, I don't like the way they do these things. Maybe you didn't like the way your parents was parents, so it made you a better parent. Or maybe you did some things as a parent and you're like, I don't like the way I did it. So it's showing you who you're not, so now you're able to be who it is that you're supposed to be. I'll give you a story that I share with these people. Let's say you got two individuals. And these two individuals are on the road, two guys, let's say it's two guys. They're on their road to go visit a prostitute. I know some of you like, where are you going with this? They're on this road to go visit this prostitute. One of the guys on the way say, you know what, man, I'm not about to go see this prostitute. I'm going to the church. I'm going to go bless my soul. The other one like, yo, I'm going to go see the prostitute. Some of you right now saying, well, look, already know that this brother is right. I get it. You know, that's the right thing to do by what society say. Let's say the one that went to church, while they're in there in the church, only thing they could think about is being with a prostitute. So they get nothing out of the church, like nothing. Because they're thinking, I wish I was there with a prostitute. Let's say this person with a prostitute is there saying, man, this is it. This is all the pleasure I get. I really wish I could find something else that allow me to come alive and allow to challenge me to be a lot better. So maybe I shouldn't be with a prostitute. Maybe I should be in church or somewhere like that where it's making me a better person. Now I'm going to ask you the question. Which one is actually living more in their truth, and which one has the possibility of being able to turn their problem into a great opportunity of being better? See, a lot of you, just because of the way we're taught in society, the one that went to church is that's the person that's been good. The one that went to go see the prostitute, that's the one that's been bad. But the one that's in church can't get nothing out of church because they're thinking about what they feel like they're missing out on. FOMO. The one that's engaging in this is thinking like, this is all the physical pleasure that I get. Maybe I need to tap into something greater. And this is not encouraging you to go out and do this, but I want you to just think about it. There's a lot of bad decisions that I made in my life. And I don't necessarily believe they're bad in the sense of I'm a bad person, but they don't align with who I think I am in my personality. So what does that mean? That means that in my personality, I need to focus on doing things that align with being unconditional love, being joy, and being peace. But also, I would never know what it's like to love people if I wasn't so mean when I was younger. I would never know what it's like to be a better man if I wasn't a man that did things that I didn't necessarily agree with. I wouldn't know what it's like to treat all people with unconditional love and respect if I didn't know what it was like to treat some people not so kindly or people to treat me that way. I know who I don't want to be, so I'm aiming towards being what it is that I want to be. And that's awareness that brought me to this level. So relationships. I've learned in relationships that you can truly love somebody, but realize they're not the best person for you, or they're not supposed to be a part of your life. Realize some people are in your life for a season. Some people are in your life for a reason. And some people are in your life for a long time. They're going on this journey with you. You got to be able to discern what is the difference. Relationships could be very tricky because normally the relationships that hurt you the most is the ones right in front of you. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your kids. But you got to be willing to say, I love them to the point that we're just not good with each other. We're not good for each other. And you got to be willing to notice the patterns. If they're not willing to change, and change is extremely hard, you got to let them enjoy their life and wish them well, and enjoy your life and wish yourself well. And love yourself to the point that you're not willing to jeopardize your love for anybody or anything in it. And then you're able to bring the best version of yourself to every situation and every relationship. That also comes to your health. Just because my friends are drinking and doing all of these things, why am I going to do that if that's not what I want for my body? I don't feel bad if a person is eating a bunch of rolls. Hey, enjoy that. That's just not me today. It's not my cheat day. But if it is, I'm going to enjoy that. Know who you are and be true to who you are. It's very, very important. Decisions. We always got to ask ourselves, am I making the best decisions for me? And the decision that I'm making for me, is it allowing me to be a blessing to somebody else? So another reason why I don't drink is because I want to try to make the best decisions. Normally when I'm drinking and drunk or whatever, I don't make the best decisions. So normally the person that has the best life is the person that tends to make the best decisions. Money is another big issue. I remember, and I still have pay stubs of when I got paid $250 for 2 weeks of work. I still remember what it was like to have negative $75 in my bank, but I had a very unhealthy relationship with money. I used to think people that had money, oh, they must be bad, or they evil, or they do this or do that. So I want money, but I'm looking at money in an evil way. Change your mind. That's a poverty mindset. Why should you be a 6-figure or 7-figure person? Do you really see yourself that way? If you do, it will come to you. But if you don't see that, it will go away from you. You have to change the way that you see things. So you got to have a vision about what it is that you want and what it is that you see. You got to be able to understand your values. Who are you? Do what it is that you're doing or what you're visioning, does it align with your personality, your lifestyle, this person that you created? Does your discipline, beginning a pursuit to progress, do you have the right discipline? And then fourthly, are you living the life that you want? Are you loving it? Are you breathing into every second it is of the day? If you're doing these things, you will be able to see that your problems present a path to possibilities. Own your problems. Don't run from them. Lean into them. Know what it feels like to feel the discomfort. I love what it felt like when I had hip replacement. And I'm not going to say I loved it, but it hurt so bad. I said, I want to know what every second of this pain feel like. I'm not taking the pain pills because when I do get a little bit of reprieve, it's going to feel so great. So I wanted to feel what it feels like in my body to deal with extreme pain. So when I deal with any psychological pain, I have the power to overcome that. Don't run from the pain, lean into it, and realize that conflict is your superpower to bringing everybody in and creating inclusive leadership. So remember, problems present a path to possibilities. Check your life. Be limitless.